What's up guys, I've been slowly exploring what makes Racing Master stand out and digging a little bit deeper into the game. At first I thought the sound design and physics were the biggest highlights, but I'm starting to realize it's actually a combination of many small details working together that create such an immersive experience. And honestly, there's something AAA titles tend to nail better than the indie games. There are certain things most indie developers simply can't replicate, and you'll see why in a moment. NetEase and Codemasters teamed up on this project to deliver a realistic SimCade racing experience on mobile. And if you haven't tried it yet, I'll leave links in the description so you can check it out for yourself. So guys, there's a lot of things I just can't wrap my head around how the studio was able to achieve that in game. And apart from the sound design, there's a lot of things actually that really caught my attention. For example, the vehicle models. I mean, look at that. Right now, I think we're in a Mercedes SL63, and look at the design. I'm losing it. Okay, now I have to catch up with them. Oh, look at that, slipstream is crazy! So I just realized that about 70% of the studio, of the team came from the automotive industry, and almost all vehicle models were scanned from real-world brands to recreate the accurate representation of the vehicle model in game. And I think that's a cool thing about these big studios, bro. I mean, they go all in. It doesn't matter how much it's gonna cost them, the finance and stuff, they're just gonna go for it. If their aim is to get that maximum immersion and engagement in game, they're just gonna spend every dollar to get there, bro. And I really like what they've done with the vehicle models. I mean, look at the details from the cockpit, bro. And just tell me that's not crazy for a mobile game, bro. Look at that. And speaking of detail, just look at this Aventador. I read somewhere that it has over 400,000 polygons, and by mobile standard, that could easily become an optimization nightmare. But it still runs incredibly smooth in this game. They apparently use industrial laser scanning to create a model, and honestly, that's one of the best ways to achieve an insanely accurate representation of a car while still minimizing human error and reducing the need for constant reworks. Even tiny details like the panel gaps and interior components are reproduced with crazy precision. The only downside is how expensive the whole process can get. Now imagine doing that for all the 100 vehicles. That's absolutely insane. Yo, the Aventador is insane, bro. Look at that. No way, bro. Gotta love the Aventador, bro. I mean, who doesn't love an SBJ, bro? This is crazy. And then you've got all these elements, the sound design, the camera shake, and the motion blur coming together to create that immersive and entertaining environment. It just doesn't get better than this, trust me. The last time I had this much fun in a SimCade was back in Real Racing 3. And I don't think I'm yet to find another game, another SimCade with beautiful sound design as this. I don't know if you guys can even hear this right now. Those echo sounds from the streets of the engine reverberation. It's just insane, bro. I mean, Codemasters and NetEase achieved something really rare on mobile. And look at that. I'm always having a blast with these tunnel runs, bro. Look at that. I'm curious to see how this model performs on the race, so let's head out on track and test it out. Hopefully we get some P1s. And I just love this thing, bro. The sound design, those peak RPMs, it's just insane. Okay boys, now we got the Aventador on the circuit, and wish me luck, boys. This is gonna be tough. I've had to skip other races to be able to get into this one right here. Ooh, look at that. And I'm just gonna be real careful because this thing is really swift. And I don't know what track this is. I think is it Barcelona? Ooh, look at that. That's awesome. And this thing is a base zone track, bro. Look at how fast it is.
We're gonna finish first.
We're definitely gonna finish first. A really cool entry right there. And I think I'm mastering this track now. Look at that. I already know the braking points on this track. And I'm just diving through these corners, bro. Look at that. And here comes the finish line. Let's do one more race with the Aventador, bro. Look at that launch. Ooh, we're getting P1 this time round. Oh, gotta be careful with this spot right here. Really crazy corner right here. Ooh, did you see that? That's a crazy drift, bro. Okay, now I'm gonna switch back to that POV camera because I'm really not used to that chest camera. I feel like it can be a bit too much for me.
You're the fastest.
But look at this, bro. Ooh, I'm loving this Aventador. And it's just too good, bro. Now we're on the last lap. And here's another corner. Look at that. I think I'm starting to get good at this, bro. With more practice and stuff, and mastering the game's mechanics, you're gonna be having a blast with this one. I mean, this is meant to be real fun and accessible at the same time, bro. Look at that. And now the last stretch, and you're gonna be through with this race. Look at that P1, bro. We go P1. So guys, I really hope you had a blast watching this video. I really wanted to try out this Trueno right here, but I think I'm gonna do that in the next video. And make sure to tell me which vehicle models you wanna see me race with in this game. And hopefully, I'm gonna see you in the next one. Do make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and stay safe, guys.